What up, ladies and gentlemen? So today we're going to be doing Mercury in the sign of Aquarius and what happens when you have Mercury in the sign of Aquarius in your horoscope. So, sign of Aquarius. What is the sign of Aquarius? Sign of Aquarius represents our hopes and wishes, but it also represents our desire to network with the masses, desire to network with large organization. It's scientific thinking. It's thinking that relies on hard facts than something which is esoteric and something which is like out of the norm and very spiritual. That's not what Aquarius is. That's Pisces. Aquarius is that sign that relies on facts, and based on facts, they give their result. They give their emotions out through that way. They give their love through that way. So Mercury, which is your knowledge, which is your communication, knowledge of the analytical world, logical world. It's your ability to logically see things. It's gathering information. It's information that Mercury takes from one place to the other. So he's a messenger. Okay, so when he comes into the sign of Aquarius, it shows somebody who communicates to a large group of people, large institution regarding the things that are very logical, that have the evidence with them to prove in the real world. So this can show somebody who can be, let's say, a financial advisor who goes out and gives all, like the huge crowd, about how to balance their budget, how to invest in a stock market, how to invest in mutual funds, because these things are real, and he can provide you with statistics, with like charts, with reports that look at, this is how my company did, and we invested in this mutual fund. This is the evidence. Then another side of communication that comes in is scientific communication. It's a scientist, a teacher who's a science teacher, showing you about why global warming is happening. Global warming is happening because of the fact the water vapor is now suddenly starting to occur more often, and because of whatever gases that are occurring, or maybe it's just the actual rhythmic pattern of our solar system going to the galactic plane, where now we're coming to a very heavy energy where all the weather pattern is going haywire, and he can present you with those kind of evidence, with maps, with diagrams, with graphs, with the information they have gathered through satellites. So it's the actual evident information that Mercury communicates, that Mercury gives as a knowledge base to you, and based on those facts, their whole communication, transpires to people. Now, they won't be like one of those, well, there's something called consciousness, and then through that consciousness, you are a immortal being living in a mortal world. These things may be true, maybe, may have a very, very deep meaning, but if somebody was to ask this Mercury, give us a proof, he'll be like, go meditate, go do self-realization, and you'll find that out. Well, you'll be like, okay, that requires work, and I don't even know if that's true because you haven't given me an evidence. So here Mercury kind of nitpicks with his analytical skills that what is true, what is not, and how can I communicate something with you with evidence, with logical perspective, with all the theories that are needed for me to convince my message to you. Okay, so here Mercury can become like really one of those people who either believe in astrology or don't believe in astrology. These are the people who says, well, I'll believe in astrology, give me a proof. So in a way it's a good thing. Like they will be like, okay, they want the proof, they want to challenge you. So it becomes they challenge people through their communication, through their analytical and logical perspective. But they'll be also like, okay, well, if let's say I gave somebody an evidence that, okay, look, you got a late marriage because Saturn is here, they'll still be like, well, that doesn't really prove anything because I just simply had this happen to me, and that's why I got married late. And look, everybody else is getting married late. Show me 100 other people with the same alignment who got married late. So he will keep pushing you, and only after sufficient evidence he'll be like, okay, I guess you prove your theory. The people with these kind of alignments and aspect from Saturn get married late. So in a way, it is a very important placement to have your Mercury in, because it becomes very scientific, very evidence-based intelligence of a person. But on the other hand, they can be very hard-headed. They can be like, no, I don't believe this. They'll completely reject the idea. They will only want to market the idea that they believe in, that they want the proof of. So that's what Mercury does in the sign of Aquarius. So guys, this is my analysis of Mercury in the sign of Aquarius. And just remember, always look at the depositor of the sign where a planet is sitting in. So in this case, in Aquarius, it's ruled by Saturn. And this is also a very important sign for Saturn because it says Mool Trikon sign. Because in Vedic astrology, certain planets consider their one sign a home, the other sign like a vacation home. So for Saturn, Aquarius becomes that sign of his home. So it's very important signs here. Mercury really exerts the qualities of Saturn, especially if Saturn is aspecting or in conjunction with Mercury. That Mercury is very going to be disciplined, hard, organized regarding everything that he speaks of. This is even better than Capricorn, because in Capricorn he's working long hours just to make sure everything is perfect. Here, Mercury doesn't really have to work that hard, but Mercury is going to provide you with all the necessary evidence to back their report, to back their communication, to back what they say. So usually you can see this with mathematicians, physicists, scientists, people in the medical field who can really tell you, look, you have cancer because here's the proof. You see this x-ray, that little thing, that's a cancer. It's going to spread. Or you have this disease because this bacteria is here and I can prove it to you because of your blood test. So it's really good for Mercury to go into fields where they're in these environment where they're doing testing and research. Okay, so guys, this is my analysis of Mercury in the sign of Aquarius. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below, and if you want to know where your Mercury is placed, along with if Mercury is in conjunction with a planet and what those conjunction means, check out the link below. Check out my book there, Astrology at the Speed of Light and Conjunctions at the Speed of Light. And when you get the book, I will send you the link to look at your own chart. Just make sure you follow the directions below at the link. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow with Mercury in Pisces. Bye bye.